Hi everybody, it's me here, Power Rangers Red or Dwayne. Forgot to bring the Power Ranger Mighty Morphin Power Ranger trading card. Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie trading cards with me. So today gonna be reviewing another Power Rangers game. Now please note eventually I will get around to reviewing all the other games that came up for all the other seasons, as I could find stilts for them. This one happens to be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Fighting Edition. Now, what really set this game apart, probably from all the other games, was it was probably the first tournament fighter on the Super Nintendo. Even though Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Sega Genesis was the tournament fighter, this one was a little different because there were certain other enemies that you could play as. For example, you could play as the Free Megazords if you wanted, the Shogun Megazord, the Falcon Megazord, or the Thunder Megazord. So you had three choices of free Megazords to fight from. Besides that, you had some of the villains you could fight as. Goldar, Lord Zed, and two of the monsters, actually. And Ivan Ooze that was put in it also, but also he was in this game as well. Now, many people have claimed that this was supposed to be the movie game, but then they changed their minds. Actually, no, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie game did come out too. It came out to the Sega Genesis as well. This game was probably standalone from itself, because even though Ivan Ooze was introduced in as a bonus character, he was one of the ones that was unplayable. Now, I have never played it myself, but I do remember my brother playing it many times, as various different characters, obviously. And one thing about this game is it has a storyline mode, but technically it doesn't really have a storyline mode, because from people who have reviewed it and mentioned this, when you click on storyline mode, there is no storyline. Well, my only guess is the storyline was you're fighting people, but for what reason, no one really knows. I mean, at least with the Xena Warrior Princess, the Talisman of Fate, they gave you some reason why you were fighting. They gave the Talisman of Fate. Now, in this game, there isn't really any objective why you're fighting, but you can assume that it has something to do, and you can assume it has something to do with stopping Lord Zed or whatever the case might be. Now, I like this game for many reasons. One, this game is probably got some good game value, as long as you know which players to play with. There are certain characters in this game where they don't do very well. For example, the Thunder Megazord might do pretty well, but the Shogun Megazord might do better. Also, the Falcon Megazord might do a little more better, but it all depends. Some characters have their more better strengths and weaknesses. For example, Lord Zed can pretty much beat anyone in this game because he can fight with the Z-Staff, throw his electric around, disappear, show up, and smack the hell out of you with his hands. Now, some people said on Power Ranger Super Legends why he didn't fight the same way. Probably because I guess Disney didn't take any notes from how Bandai did it. But anyway, and Ivan Ooze is also a villain that is hard to beat. Not because he floats around, but because he has multiple. He doesn't really seem to be any. People say he doesn't really seem to have any pattern. He just starts throwing random stuff at you. But one sad thing is, if you people wanted to play as Ivan Ooze, you can't. He's an unplayable character. He's one of those only computer character only, and the character likes to play him. But the game is really cool. If you happen to see it on the computer, do not play it. Not that it's a bad game, but if you want two players, it does not work that way on the computer. So But yeah, that's it. Power Rangers Power Rangers Fighting Edition on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The controls, they're okay. The buttons do what they're supposed to do. I haven't really heard anyone say that the controls are lacking. The gameplay is side-scrolling fighting, and obviously it does what it's supposed to do, so I can't really find any arguments in that department. I told you people why you shouldn't do it on a computer, because it's a two-player game. And even though you can play as certain characters, you're kind of limited with certain characters. Like if you could do two-player mode for some goofy reason, it will let you pick different characters. But most of the time, if you're just doing it on a computer, you really don't have the option of choosing all the characters. I don't know. It was like one of those things. If you're on the Super Nintendo, then yeah, you could pick all the characters if you wanted. On the computer, it's like, you're only picking these three characters. The Megazords. Okay, yeah. So, what else? The music. It's not, well, the music isn't from the series or even from the movie, but the music's still entertaining. I think the only song that's actually from the series or the movie might be the opening theme. But this was before you actually got the rights to actually put actual music down. You were just putting keyboarded synthesized songs in it. Well, would I recommend this game for anyone who's a fan of side-scrolling fighting games, or happens to be a fan of the Power Rangers in general, whatever, and you have a working Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and you come across this game, and well, I'd buy it. It has some good gameplay. It has some good gameplay. What's it called? Game playing back value, I guess. Playback value is what they call it. It does have that going for itself. If you're doing it on a computer, you can only be the free Megazord, so it kind of does cripple that little experience of playing with the different characters. But, yeah, that's it. Hope you all enjoyed my review on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition. And don't forget to go check out other people's reviews on it, too. There may have been some things that they mentioned that I forgot to mention. So that's it. See you all later.